And the geek shall inherit the podcast. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Scoop Dog. If you haven't already, can you please hit that like and subscribe button? Greatly appreciated. First and foremost, I gotta make a big apology to everyone because I made a huge mistake being a little too eager and not doing the due diligence and fact checking some stuff. This was first mistake I made doing this, and I learned. Then I came across a post on X about James Gunn posting that there's going to be a secret episode of Peacemaker and that there's no way they would have ended the series the way it did. And just judging by how off that finale was, I did not second guess it. Plus it said James Gunn, it had the blue check mark. I was just so anxious to get this word out and so excited about it. If you listen to the video, you'll hear the excitement in my voice. I just ran with it. What I should have done was I should have gone directly to James Gunn's account and made sure that post came from him, but I didn't. And it turns out there was no bonus episode. So to the person who posted that, may King Kong find you and break your limbs if I don't first. Moving on, I was really hoping for an appearance by at least one of the Lanterns, because it is the next project coming up in the DCU. So I thought it would only make sense to throw something in there, and they didn't. But that got me thinking anyways, because it's a misstep. I get it. James Gunn has too many wins right now for me to throw him under the bus and be so angry about it. It is what it is. As we anticipate the HBO series Lanterns, one of the main questions that keeps coming up is which Lanterns are going to appear in the first season. If granted that there's going to be more than one season, which, high probability, but let's say there are multiple seasons. Which Lanterns are going to appear? Because we know it's just not Green Lanterns in there. So I ran through the list of all of the Lanterns, but I only picked a few of them to talk about. The ones that I think could connect to this dark, true detective-esque vibe that they say they're going for with this series. Now, you don't have to necessarily take a storyline from the comic. Just what these characters represent is enough to create a very dark murder mystery. Okay, so like I said, we have Sorrow Lantern, aka the Gray Lantern. Now, this is the only one who has this gray ring, and it's Nathan Broom, and like I said, aka Sorrow. Now, where you can always connect him into the storyline, not just because he can be like a good suspect, someone who's just full of sorrow and misery, but maybe not. We'll see. Where he also can connect is that he was supposed to marry another Lantern, who we'll get into, but she ran off the day of their wedding to save Hal Jordan, and it broke his heart so much that Nathan Broom cried, and his tears fell from his eyes and landed onto his ring, and the tears fused with the ring, which then created the Sorrow Lantern ring. Interesting story. Could run with that. Now, another group of Lanterns, which I think a lot of people are wondering about, are the Black Lanterns. These are some of the most powerful Lanterns in the universe, but the thing about them is that their power only comes from worlds that they've conquered. So it's like if they're not conquering, they have no power. And they're also known as the Army of Necron, and they serve the Lord of the Unliving. So to me, it's kind of like they're the zombie sort of the Lanterns. So we have them. They could be a good threat. Now here's a brighter color on the brighter side. You have the Star Sapphires, the violet color Lanterns. Now their rings are charged by love, or something that they called emo electromagnetism spectrum. That's where their power comes from. And the main Star Sapphire Lantern here is Carol Ferris, and she's the one who was supposed to marry Sorrow, and it's because of her that he became Sorrow, because she went off to save Hal Jordan in Las Vegas on their wedding day. Talk about a runaway bride. So she doesn't have to be the main character, but if you wanted to interject some sort of love triangle or that kind of drama into the storyline, Carol Ferris, Hal Jordan, they have history, and that's where I would think you'd have to connect Nathan Broom. Now, after that, we have the Indigo Lanterns. Now, the Indigo Lanterns, in my opinion, I think would be the most likely lanterns to include in this. Why? Because they are filled with sociopaths, murderers, and Sinestro was part of them. So right there, we know we're going to get Sinestro. That's a connection to it. He could even be accused of it because of his connection to them, his former connection, because then he becomes part of the Yellow Lanterns, aka the Sinestro Corp. And they have, they're super powerful because they have the ability to shut down, the Green Lantern's powers. But I think if I had to really choose, let's say, two of them, I would go with the Indigo Lanterns because this is going to be a murder mystery. So, and this is filled with the sociopaths and the murderers, and you have Sinestro. And then I would also go with the Star Sapphires, just because of Carol Ferris and to have this love triangle thing going on there. So that's what I think. For all you lantern heads out there, what do you think? Which lanterns do you think would need to appear in this series? What do you think of my choices? Drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts.